Hey guys, Oblivion here, coming at you with a deck discussion on Fire Kings. This is the Fire King deck that I previously showed you guys a couple of weeks ago. Honestly, to be completely honest with you guys, I have not had anything planned. I've been on dueling network and I've just been rejecting every duel, and I haven't even dueled or anything like that, so I don't have any videos for you guys today, and that's I feel kind of bad for that. Honestly, to be completely honest with you guys, the reason why is because I've just been reading manga all day since I woke up at 11 till now, which is 7:08. I've been reading manga the whole entire day, and I got to a point on my manga that I just couldn't anymore because so much shit was happening, and I just don't want to be a fucking part of that. I'm something like such a pussy. But this is a discussion that I really wanted to do. A deck discussion that I really wanted to do, actually, because a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about Fire Kings and their potential against the meta. Fire Kings is a structure deck that was released, I believe, when Cosmo Blazer, or right next to Cosmo Blazer, or not before or after Cosmo Blazer, shortly after. And they were a deck that they got recognition when they were announced, like when they were on Death Pro and whatnot. They were announced, and everyone was saying, "Oh my god," because they got announced with Fire Fist. So we're saying, "Oh my god, you know, Konami's making the fire archetype just fucking broken and whatnot. Like this is gonna ruin the meta and and all that type of shit." And now look at it, right? No one pays attention to Fire Fist. No one pays attention, and yet they have so much fucking potential, and no one pays attention to it. And it's something that really kind of irks me, because I believe that the deck is so good and it's really consistent. You can make it really consistent. There are just a little tweaks here and there, but I'm sure that if people dedicate their time to the deck, like if they do to Elemental Dragons or something like that, that it could come up to be a very competitive deck. And this is just me standing up and saying that that Fire Kings are an amazing deck that could compete against the meta. Trust me, you guys, trust me. The deck has everything incorporated into it. It has a Dark Hole in the deck. It has a goddamn Heavy Storm if you want to incorporate it in the deck. It has so many things that you could incorporate into the deck. It's just such a great deck. Okay, so let me just go with the setup plays. With the setup plays, we're speaking TCG here, by the way, guys, so know your kasha. Grunix, you want your Grunix in the grave as soon as possible to optimize your dead draws. If you have your Grunix in the grave, you're not going to dead draw anything in the deck because everything else is just too good. Your Grunix is your walking Dark Hole. You guys probably already looked at my deck profile, so you guys should probably already be known with their effects and whatnot. But he's the walking Dark Hole. I'm only running 2 because you do want to minimize the risk of dead draws. Even though I know people that run them at 3, that number could be optimal if your Kasha was TCG legal, but unfortunately she's not. So I'm thinking the most optimal play is just to run it at 2. So what you want this guy in the grave, and the easiest way to get this guy in the grave is by your next star player, which is Barong. Barong, he's another great fire monster. He's a beast warrior, which is searchable by Tenki, as well as makes it a Horn of the Phantom Beast target. And when he's destroyed by a card effect, you get to search out a Fire King card from your deck. So that's what makes it amazing. With that, you could either search your Corinne, because Corinne is basically the dumper of the deck. You would want to dump Grunix, or most of the times you would either search out your Onslaught of the Fire Kings, which is your key card, or your Circle of the Fire Kings, which I feel is almost near as important as Onslaught. Really, the deck's only weakness is removal. Grave removal, so like deep prison and all that type of stuff. But what gives the deck an edge is that Circle of the Fire Kings is a quick play. That means you could chain it, and it's just so good. That's what I really like about it, and it's just awesome. Also, I do have moments that sometimes I do draw into into the Grunix, but I have discard outlets for it. So Phoenix Wind Blast and whatnot. You know, the deck could even utilize cards like Sacred Phoenix of the Nephthys, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. I mean, you could even drop the goddamn Flamevale Magician to run this, and the deck will still run great. I think even better, which I want to test it out. Nephthys is basically your walking Heavy Storm, and the same effect as Grunix, except when it comes back, instead of destroying all monsters, you destroy all the field. I'm sorry, all the back row. So it's just an amazing card. It's an amazing card to be used with Fire Kings. So there you basically got outs to literally almost everything. You also, one of the things that kind of fucked this deck up is basically control. So what I mean by that is elemental dragons could basically take control over everything with Big Eyes, and that's something that's pretty bad. But that's why we have the side deck for it, guys. We have the side deck for this, like summon limit against elemental dragons. I usually lose game 1 against elemental dragons, being completely honest. And really, most tier 2 decks and under will lose against elemental dragons first game, unless you're maining fucking some anti-meta shit. You know what I mean? But that's why we have the side deck. The side deck is just an incredible tool against elemental dragons. We have summon limit, which is an amazing card. Neither player can special summon more than 2 times per turn. Really, you're not gonna special summon more than 2 times per turn. You're probably, your most optimal first turn play, which I usually open up the most, is usually a hand with a Barong, a Goka, and a Onslaught. Let's say I'm going first, I would normal summon the Barong, special summon the Goka to destroy my Barong, and next turn I'll get my search. That's 2. So basically you usually don't special summon more than 2 times, you know? And summon limit is, again, a great card. It's so good, and what I like about it is that this deck could also fuck a lot of decks up with skill drain. Now people saying, oh, you know, skill drain affects your deck a lot because you won't be able to destroy the monsters, you know, these guys right here won't get their effects, like Fire Dog or Spirit or Gorilla. Yes, that's true, but you have to think about it like this, guys. You're bringing out a 2700 beat stick on the board. Yeah, and honestly, Flamebelt Fire Dog doesn't even need to get their effect because you have Horn of the Phantom Beast. So, you know, Monarchs, which are honestly the biggest problem for me. Monarchs, with their whole, you know, Sacrifice shit, and it's really annoying. I even sided Mask of Restrict because it's that good against them. Against spellbooks, I got Curcio the Forbidden Spell. That's, I mean, how much better can you get from that? Also, you could, a lot of people don't realize, but you could also side in Imperial Iron Wall for the Prophecy matchup, because if they can't banish for their fate, they're pretty much like screwed. Not screwed, because I mean they can still go Priestess, but still, if they can't banish for their fate, then, you know, they're kind of in a tough position. As well as for dragons, you also have your Gozen match, and it's just, you have many outs to many different decks, as well as your side deck, I mean your extra deck. Don't worry most about these OCG guys, but you have available into Crimson Blader. You also have your XYZs. So basically, I guess what I'm just trying to say is that don't look down upon Fire Kings, because Fire Kings are one of those decks that once they get your Kasha, they're gonna go and rape some ass. So what I recommend you guys to do, if you guys are looking for a budget, really good deck that can keep up with the meta, because trust me, it can, I would recommend buying 3 sets of Onslaught of the Fire Kings. I believe that's what the structure deck is called, and making the Fire King deck, because you could really make it out of those 3 structure decks, and it's just a $30 deck. That's this right here is a $30 deck, not including the side deck, but the main deck is $30. And honestly, guys, you barely go into the XYZs. You guys don't even have to run the Spirit. You guys could run FDs and like whatever tech choice you want. But all I'm saying is that this deck it really does put in work, guys. Trust me, for a budget player, trust me when I say this, that this is one of the decks that should be up there in the ranks. So anyways, guys, I'm sorry for not having a video for you guys today, but hopefully you guys enjoy. And this has been Oblivion, guys. Catch you guys later. Pieces.